let's get straight into our news portals. So I have ChannelOneNews.com here. Immediate story you see when you open the ChannelOneNews.com portal. Deal with Galamsey before you exit office. And that call is from GJA President to President Akufo-Addo. GCB Bank reigns supreme at Business Olympics for 5th consecutive year. Business Olympics, Ernest Chemist wins CEO's challenge. Business Olympics has elevated our brand, that's Bethel Logistics. Piva Beverages praises Business Olympics, plans to participate in future editions. Consumers to pay more as PURC increases electricity and water tariffs. And then we have the 2024 Business Olympics in pictures. Democracy Hub demo, no protester was denied access to a lawyer. That's according to Chiayabwa. Election 2024, I have arrested the 8. Break it and let's see. That's Muhammad Tabamia. And then, yeah, so those are some of the stories. National Intelligence Bureau intercepts consignments of smuggled cocoa in Dambai. Gas tanker overturns at Dakuman Fire Service. Helps prevent explosion. Those are some of the stories. Do you have City Newsroom?
Yes, so I have the citynewsroom.com. Quite some similar stories to what you read, because the GJA president has been keen on the government and the security agencies on their handling of the Democracy Hub protesters. So he's been demanding their release from remand. Also here, elections 2024. It's victory for the MPP Salam Mustafa charges party youth. Business Olympics is still in the news. The luckiest Africa have been saying that it's giving them the necessary exposure. And like we were saying time and time, proud to the competition that it's not only about the competition, it's about the added advantage. Sometimes the unseen ones as well, right?
Yeah.
So not too surprising here. Also here, I don't support illegal mining. That's coming in from the House of Chiefs President as he debunks allegations. Some more stories. Okay, so if you go on the citynewsroom.com, you see the Business Olympics in pictures and videos, sights and sounds as it happened. And also here, okay, I read the story yesterday, but it's just important I reiterate, right? So election 2024, all matters is Ghana's development. I support both the NDC and the MPP. And finally, electricity tariffs up by 3.02%, water increases by 1.06%. And these are some of the big stories on the citynewsroom.com.
All right, so if you come to graphiconline.com, EC to address 2024 voters register issues at IPAC meeting on Tuesday. PURC announces 3.02% hike in electricity tariffs, 1.86% in water tariffs effective October 1. €1 million UN project for Upper East and Upper West regions launched. Pastor dragged to court for calling gospel artist prostitutes. Library inaugurated for Kufridia Methodist basic schools. The peace ambassadors women have been urged. And ECG carries out maintenance works on KNUST substation. And the EC is assuring the public that cleaning voters register discrepancies identified in provisional register has been corrected. Have you opened any stories that we can start with?
Yeah, I want to start with the EC, but just a minute. So
Okay.
the EC addresses...
While you're opening that, let me deal with Galamsey before you exit office, and that's the GJA to Akufo-Addo. So that's on ChannelOneNews.com. President of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Kobina Jumfor, has expressed deep concern over President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's unfulfilled promise to combat illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey. Jumfor urged the president to deliver on his pledge before exiting office. Speaking at the 28th GJA Awards and 75th anniversary in Accra on September 28th, Jumfor lamented Galamsey's devastating impact on Ghana's water bodies and environment, describing it as shameful. He called on Ghanaians to wage a relentless war against illegal mining. Jumfor emphasized the need for strict enforcement of mining laws and regulations, as well as maximum sentences for offenders. Galamsey has wreaked havoc on our environment and all our water bodies. As a Ghanaian, it saddens me to see once clean bodies of water turn a dark brown color. This is shameful and we must all, as Ghanaians, wage a war against Galamsey. And true after this, our very own Fred Duho won an award. Congratulations to you, Fred.
Big shouts to Fred.
Yeah,
super
congratulations
guy.
to you. And as he went for his award, he was wearing a, hashtag Stop Galamsey Now t-shirt. And he was holding a placard with a sign, Stop Galamsey, and then he left it on the stage.
That's also
without even
activism.
saying words. That's activism.
That's activism.
So
bringing to the
he had
fore,
a standing ovation.
Yeah, bringing to the fore the issues
that
are confronting us, and big shouts to him. Congratulations to him as well. Absolutely well deserved. We're discussing yesterday on the show that his knack for stories, right?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And sometimes I've gone to him and asked him, like, how did you even find out about this? Right? There was this community that had been ravaged badly by the Akosombo Dam spillage, so much that they all had to boycott the town and seek refuge in a nearby Pentecost church. And you literally have to sit on a canoe to where they were lodged at the time, when it was just a clear, dusty path prior to the spillage of the dam. So he's held his own in the year under review, and I think it's absolutely deserved.
Congratulations to him. And
100%.
I think Albert Jumfo was bold. First he spoke about Galamsey, then he spoke about protesters, and the president was sitting there, and then I think they put the camera on the president briefly, and his expression was a bit like, but yeah. We're proud that, they made that call. We hope that Mr. President will listen.
There's a short video.
Voices. It's not just one call. It's coming from several, bodies, several unions calling for the same thing.
I've read it.
Make an effort. At least say something. He didn't even touch on it. Yes, maybe his speech may have been pre-written, but I mean, you're a lawyer. You can speak off the cuff.
The demands by organized labor and all the other professional bodies who've spoken on Galamsey is pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
They are calling on a temporary ban on small-scale mining activities. They are calling for the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources to come out with a detailed plan as to how they intend to effectively deal with the menace. And for me, I don't think they are asking way too much, really.
Of course not.
I've seen the dissertation of the Reverend Father Ajema, Reverend Osei, and the kind of work he's done. And concerns are being raised about, compare the whole people who are in the value chain of small and how it's going to affect them. But how is it also affecting our water bodies where we all depend on? So I think the issues are pretty straightforward. Albert Jumfo, since his assumption of the role as GJ president, has been quite that kind of effective leader, I must say.
He has been an effective leader.
Holding political leaders by the horn, ensuring that they are accountable, especially in their dealings with journalists for their actions. But thank you very much. I mean, we all saw how he took on some MPs, right? Mavis Hawakumsin and even the Yendi MP, Farouk Mahama, urging a complete media blackout on them, right? So much that they had to come back and come. So he's been that kind of effective leader. And for me, it was really, really great seeing that he came out yesterday with that kind of speech, right? Holding the political class to account, speaking truth to power. Trust me, it's not an easy thing. Not everybody can look into the face of the president and speak the truth like he did. So we commend him for that boldness. It's not enough. We should still keep up the activism. We should still, as a media front, keep pushing so that we can see that kind of society we all want for ourselves. But the EC is also in the news. And after the NDC's threat to go, or after their demonstration and their subsequent media engagement, putting out what they claim is evidence of the inconsistencies and the discrepancies in the register, the EC have been speaking, and they say that they would address the 2024 voter register issues at the IPAC meeting scheduled on Tuesday. So brief excerpts: the Electoral Commission of Ghana will meet all political parties, civil society organizations, and donor partners on Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, under the Inter-Party Advisory Committee framework, that's the IPAC. The meeting aims to address concerns over the 2024 voters register following repeated calls from the opposition National Democratic Congress for a forensic audit of the provisional voters register, the PVR. Deputy EC Chairperson Dr. Bosman Asari, during the Newsfile panel discussion on Saturday, confirmed that the meeting will focus entirely on the 2024 register. He goes on to say the EC says it has addressed key issues raised about the voter register, but the NDC, represented by the South Daye MP, questioned the EC's internal process and insists that only a forensic audit can solve the alleged discrepancies, which he argues could impact the credibility of the upcoming December election. So the EC have confirmed Tuesday they'll be meeting political parties on specific issues relating to discrepancies in the voters register. Mind you, the NDC says, or have come out to say, that they've identified 243. It's a slide. I'm sure in the coming days and weeks we'll have a lot more insights into what this whole thing is about. But I don't think
they took into as economic situation. They did? Are they sure?
Usually in an election year, you have a government trying to cajole and massage, right? Like they did in 2020, free water, free electricity, only to come and peg it. But this time round, but you see, I actually also appreciate the honesty here in telling us that, see, times are tough. We admit times are tough, but we are the guys to fix it. As to whether they are the guys to fix it, I don't know. But at that level of sincerity in our politics is appreciated.
It's rare.
But I'm not really sure about this tariff increment at all, if you ask me. Because, Charlie, I mean, look at fuel and all other. Anyway, the House of Chiefs president, he was in the news quite recently over his supposed endorsement of Galamsey, right? And he's come out to clarify the issues. Let's see if the clarification
will be accepted
or can even stand the test of time. He said he doesn't support illegal mining. That's a big headline story on the citynewsroom.com. So Ojia Hoho Yao GCB II, the president of the National House of Chiefs, has refuted allegations of supporting illegal mining activities, commonly known as Galamsey. A statement issued on September 24, 2024 by Nana Bonya III, the Etipemhene sub-chief of Sifi and Hyaso Traditional Council, copied to the Ghana News Agency, said the publications against Ojia Hoho Yao GCB of opposing the ban on illegal mining activities was unfounded and false. He said the address delivered by Ojia Hoho GCB during the commissioning of the Minerals Commission District Officer BBNE had been misinterpreted by a section of the journalists and condemned those behind the false claims. So yeah, but my point is that we heard a chief loud and clear, right? We heard his comments.
No one was speaking on his behalf, right?
And he sought to even make the point that there are about 4 million or so Ghanaians who benefit directly or indirectly from the small-scale mining framework, right? And that if there should be a ban on it, it's going to affect all of those people and draw them back into the poverty line. But research has also pointed to us that it's not entirely the case. It's not even true that communities where there's an active instances of illegal mining happening there are better off economically. I mean, I've seen Reverend Father Osei's dissertation where it talks about the phenomenological effect of Galamsey. And it makes the case that, see, if you go to Galamsey communities or areas that have been ravaged by Galamsey, at the time these companies or these individuals, after defiling the land, are leaving, the communities are poor for it, because over the long term, these communities, which are mostly farming communities prior to Galamsey, don't have their lands reclaimed, and there's no other sustainable livelihood sort of employment for them, right? So he makes the point that in the long term, the communities where Galamsey happen are poorer for it, even though when it's happening, because there's ready cash available, you see the guys spending more, as in the guys engaged spending more. But it is not really the case that Galamsey alleviates poverty. And come to think about it, and if Galamsey was alleviating poverty in some of these areas, we would see it and we would feel it, right? We would go there and we see that the standards of living have significantly improved. But what we see, we are seeing babies being born with deformities. I was going through Bernard's, I was producing a show on the scientists aspects of the conversation, what the scientists have been telling us. So we interviewed one of the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences professors who as a body had come out with their stance on galamsey, obviously against it. And he interviewed a McKen University lecturer who is currently based in Canada, Professor Osei Sampana. He's a medical doctor and had done some work on the actual instances of children, babies being born with deformities. And after going through the images, I couldn't eat. I'm not even joking.
I saw your tweet.
No, I was numbed. Like it's an experience I've still not been able to. And anytime I have that flashback or recollection of the pictures, the images, the really gory images I saw, and I'm saying to myself, if I'm a family in any of these communities and I have no dealings in galamsey, and my wife goes to labor and comes with that, I might never forgive
the wife,
my community. No,
the community.
my community, my wife. What role has she played? You get it.
Oh, but you know that
or the people involved. It's a serious
issue. The education is not that high, so the likelihood that they might blame the wife is there.
That's because they don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah,
but
I
understand.
saying that. Yes,
I understand that the community should be blamed.
We can't condone it. You can never forgive them. Yeah, I'm telling you.
All of them.
And medically, it's been proven that it is as a result of these hard metals in our water bodies causing that. And that is why, for me, it was very disappointing when I had an MPP member of parliament and a medical doctor come out to say that, politicize the issue, say that it's NDC people who want galamsey ban. And I'm like, Dr. Free, come again.
Come again.
You have to come again, honestly, because galamsey, when our water is poisoned, doesn't know whether it's an NPP person
or it's an NDC person who's drinking it.
As a medical doctor, we know the Ghana Medical Association's position on the matter, right? So to do that and you see, his words were clear. He didn't even say we will not ban small-scale mine, we will not ban galamsey. And galamsey, by its very definition, is illegal mining. So why are you calling to not ban something that's illegal to begin with? And for me, that wasn't the right thing to say or the right thing to do. So he should come again. But that being said, the National House of Chiefs president has clarified. We hope that it's really in the good interest really of the larger Ghanaian public and not because of some pressures from certain places. So we'll take that and call on the president to act and act swiftly. The deadline by organized labor has reached.
Yes. I
so
think
in the coming week, we should be preparing to hit the streets because we are part.
That means more work for all of us.
GJ, we're signatory to that.
We'll be reporting the news, so more work for us.
We'll go on a small.
We'll go on in ChannelOne. We'll go on strike.
As organized labor, we'll support the strike.
Oh yeah, support. They will support, but we'll report the news.
Oh God.
We'll report the news. Yeah. Other stories. And let's go straight to the Business Olympics, if you agree.
Why not?
So GCB Bank reigns supreme at Business Olympics for 5th consecutive year.
You know, busy. But if you know prepare, you know go chop. So yeah, if you know put in the work,
they have a whole sports department, and so they are putting resources.
Forward thinking.
They make time to go and practice all of these things. One thing that surprised me though this year is that their females did not even advance through the quarterfinals in the volleyball. Because they're one formidable team. I've seen them play for 2 consecutive years. You know something I observed about them. So for every discipline they partook in, they had a proper outfit. Kits for the team. You know, like a lot of these companies have like a one fit for all, right? So the football team is wearing the same thing as the basketball team. Basketball team is wearing the same lime and spoon. But if you look at the GCB approach, lime and spoon, I didn't even know there's a fit for lime and spoon or a particular sneaker to wear for lime and spoon. They came with their gloves
for
the tug of war, tug of peace.
Thank you.
The females were in their deep blue kits for the, I think for tug of war and for volleyball, and I mean
that is preparation.
And the males were in
that is preparation. And see, nothing beats preparation.
Honestly, they do have a sports department. They're serious about it, and they're serious about winning.
And it is showing. They are showing working.
Victory.
Charlie, almost show working.
Consecutive victory.
Absolutely
well
well
deserved. And the kind of support that they have, it's not like they move from. No, they are scattered all around all the disciplines, and they're supporting and cheering on the people who are participating. It's massive. Yesterday was massive. Like when I got there finally and I entered the place, just the ambience, the Jama session.
Oh God.
Lord.
Oh God.
The Jama session.
Yesterday was definitely a top 2 CBO experience. There was so the Jama session with the trumpets guys, and like it was like
someone was like, is this recorded? And I'm like, no, it's live. If you go down towards the field, you'll see them. And I was like, hey, then I'm missing. Quickly, went to the field and danced as hard to wait.
Shout outs to everybody behind this, the programs departments, the events department led by our boss Frema, Eduname. I mean, and everyone really here for making it happen. Really, yeah. I mean, I've heard people share amazing experiences. If you go to social media right now, and I need some of the posts, social media are washed with comments about how really some of them didn't even win anything, right?
Yeah, but they were just excited.
They were just excited about the whole, especially for the first time companies who partook.
I think the luckiest. Yeah, it was their first time.
Mikose and his team. Oh God! So in the penalty shootout, it was just funny. Maybe we should just show the video later on the show.
Yeah, the video will be showing.
The keeper was keeping composure, actually maintaining maximum composure. Actually,
Master Richard was their coach.
I'm telling you.
You can't disgrace Master Richard. In true, they won the 7-a-side football. The luckiest won that. And CEO's Challenge, Ernest Chemist won that as well. Congratulations to all our winners. Congratulations to all our participants. Let's take a quick break. And we'll be right back.